I truly believe that United Battlefront is holding back Simulacrum Synthesizer decks. I understand that Simulacrum Synthesizer players just really, really want the deck to just work. They've been trying so hard, and they should be rewarded for believing. And it's okay if you want to play a combo deck that doesn't beat every control deck, and sometimes it gets run over by mono red. We can't fault decks, especially in best of one on ladder, for not beating mono red, a deck that thrives off of people not being teched specifically to beat it. But also, like, if you put United Battlefront and Simulacrum Synthesizer next to each other, it makes sense. You can see the synergy. It's very clear. It's very obvious. And I do think that is the reason why so many people are playing it. It's very straightforward. You just get to United Battlefront and then you win. But I think that so much of the win rate of Jeskai artifacts is based on the fact that they can play Pinnacle Starcade and get to it very quickly with United Battlefront. But United Battlefront is not even the best way to get to Pinnacle Starcade in the deck as it exists, because Repurposing Bay exists, which is so much better than I ever thought it could be. United Battlefront is a good card, but it's not good in these artifacts decks because they're not using it to its full potential. United Battlefront doesn't just hit artifacts. You can flip enchantments. You can flip planeswalkers. Now, it's not Coco, because Coco was instant speed and it got creatures, and non-creatures are worse than creatures. That's why you like Simulacrum Synthesizer so much, because it's a non-creature that makes creatures. But United Battlefront is a great standing 2-for-1 for 4 mana if you build around it. But 4 mana is so much when you're playing on ladder and you're playing Pinnacle Starcade, just because if you don't wipe the board on turn 3, you die to mono red. Actually, or mono green. I can point that out now. There's multiple monocolor decks now that are stomping people into the ground. It's not like mono red always exists, but it's not the only threat right now. And if anybody comes for me and says that I'm ignoring mono white, yes, I am. Life Gain is not a good deck. And it is good right now off the back of the meta has not settled post-rotation, because I can tell you right now that the thing that will drop like a stone when the really good decks start coming up to the top is Life Gain. The thing that would make a United Battlefront deck truly unbelievably incredible would be if there was some synergy that required you to be able to get multiple types of permanents onto the battlefield at the same time. You know, if it was like, I need this artifact and this planeswalker, or this artifact and this enchantment, and they both cost 3 mana, you understand the rest of the combo. If you cut the United Battlefront from your deck and then you look at the rest of your list and you go, okay, what am I dedicating myself to instead? You go Repurposing Bay. And once you look at that, you start realizing how many incredible artifact fueling cards there are in Standard right now. People are just forgetting that Enigma Jewel exists. In a Repurposing Bay deck, I can go turn 1 Enigma Jewel, turn 2 Collector's Vault, activate the Collector's Vault, which just ramps me, which is crazy. Ramps me and gives me cards. And then turn 3, I can Repurposing Bay and activate it. Enigma Jewel is a wild card because it just activates so many cards that are balanced around you needing to cast them and then needing additional mana to activate them somehow. We have this artifact pod deck sitting here waiting for us, and people are playing a card that's not specific enough. Understand, when you're building a deck, you need to understand where the power comes from. And one of the main things in any deck is you pick something specific and it makes your outcome stronger. Don't play a card like United Battlefront, whose power is in flexibility, if you're trying to trigger yourself specifically off large artifacts entering the battlefield. Also, as a bonus, if you're playing Repurposing Bay, you don't have to craft as many Pinnacle Starcages. I just have one, and I've never needed any more than that. I don't have to draw additional bricks because I can just pod it out.